Hi, my name is Mel Ryan, and I recently just finished running a course called the Handbook That You Were Meant to Be Born With. It is something I wanted to be born with because it would have made life so much easier. I have worked seeing clients and helping people understand themselves for 23 years, and I have had the privilege in trying to help people understand their life from their perspective and why so many things have happened to them. And so often we can't answer that question. And so I was looking at what course I was going to write next, and I came up with the question to myself is, if I ask people, why did this happen? Like, what does that mean in your life? The answer that people give is, well, I don't know, life just happens, or bad things happen to good people, or, "Well, I don't understand why it is just what it is." And so from working with people and from being able to understand perhaps and pull life apart a little bit and find people's patterns and find what's been going on from the minute they're born to the pattern all the way through, and what that means is I sat down and thought, We need some answers here. We need to be able to go through life and not feel so disconnected and not feel at the mercy that life happens to us. So I put together a course called the Handbook That You're Meant to Be Born With. And the first part of that talks about the rules, and how the rules are, we're here for us to understand ourselves. And from the minute you're born to the minute you die, the only person in your life is you. And we're not given permission to be in our life. All the rules of life makes us be in everyone else's life, and people please, and we're not taught how to be present to us. So the rules, it talks about the rules, and how we get to understand ourselves through an entirely different perspective. So we start with the truth, and the truth is that we're here for us. And the truth is that we're all alone, and the truth is that we're going to emotionally react to everything. And earth is an emotional experience. And so the more we get to understand why we react, the more we're going to be able to understand our life. And then, from the truth, we move again into the rules. And the rules are not the rules that we live by, which is to keep everyone else happy. The rules come back to the fact that we need to give ourselves permission to find out about ourselves. So asking why and questioning everything, pulls it apart, all the way to the point that it makes sense to us. The layer that is the answer is us to us. We also talk about hints. So it's, the truth, the rules, and the rules give ourselves permit. So you can't make a mistake, because if you're alone in your life to understand yourself, then you have an experience, not a mistake. You have an experience that makes you, either decide you'll do it again or you won't do it again. But there's no judgment in that. And so the rules that we have are rules, almost they're from our soul self to us. And it supports us while why we're here, instead of judging us. And that's a really different place to live from. And then when we move to the hints are like cheating, and the hints look at you know everything means something. Everything means something, from how you were born to who's in your family, your position in the family, what books you liked as a kid, all the way through to the job that you pick now, your relationships, everything. And when we begin to see it from our perspective, and why, and keep questioning why until things make sense, then we begin to see life from a whole different perspective. And that's why I wrote this course, because the handbook that you're meant to be born with is like cheating. It's like giving you permission not only to be back in your life or to be in your life, but how to do it, and how to do it quickly. It doesn't mean that we get rid of everyone else in our life. It doesn't mean that we become oblivious to, the people that we love, but it means that we become part of our life. And we get answers, we get to understand why things have happened, and we get to find a pattern on what we're working on. Because when we undo that pattern, or when we see it, it's like all these puzzle pieces that we've had so long, we put them together and we get a picture for the first time in our life. So we don't have to wait till we die to go, oh, that's why now I understand. We actually get to do it now, and by being able to do that now changes everything in your life. So if you're intrigued by this, or if you want some answers, if you want to know why, if you want to be able to understand things a little bit more, then perhaps this course is for you. And I'd love to encourage you to come work with me and the community that we have at We Being, and give it a go. We're all here to support each other. And so if it feels like it resonates with you, absolutely. The handbook that you were meant to be born with